Hey, what's going on, everyone? How you guys doing today? My name is Matt Jarbo. This is 3 Buck Theater, and over the course of the past couple months, Star Wars Galaxy's Edge has been a very hot topic here on YouTube, not only from theme park fans who just love going to these events, but diehard Star Wars fans who are curious how Disney and Bob Iger and Lucasfilm were going to take this extension, this 14-acre expansion of Disneyland, and make it something that is truly memorable. I got to go check it out last month. I still need to compile the rest of my footage. Don't worry, it is coming before the end of this month. I guarantee you. I just had my new daughter. She was born 3 days ago, so I am very busy with that, but I will get to it, I promise you guys. But the subject matter came up about attendance. When I went, I said it was not very full. Smuggler's Run, my brother and I took 40 minutes to get on the ride. A couple days later, I was at Comic-Con. I happened to interview a cast member who talked to me off the record, who told me exactly why it was the way that it was, why it was not doing as well as it could be. And a lot of people, even as of today, because that video has got like over 156,000 views, people today are telling me that I'm wrong, telling me that I'm full of crap, telling me that I'm lying about what this cast member told me and about what I saw with my own two eyes at Disneyland when I was there a few weeks ago. But it turns out that, well, I was right, because this article popped up just the other day. Disneyland attendance drops despite launch of Star Wars Galaxy's Edge. The overall decline in attendance at Disneyland was due to lower annual pass holder visitation. Now, this is a big issue, because I talked about that. I said annual pass holders were not coming in because of the blackout dates. This is not what Disney wanted. Disney foresaw there being a massive push to go and see this new Star Wars land, so they started cutting everybody out. Now, according to this article here, attendance fell 3% at Disney domestic theme park despite the launch of Star Wars Galaxy's Edge during the most recent quarter, according to the company's latest earnings report. Walt Disney Co. reported an increase in theme park revenue during its fiscal third quarter on Tuesday. Disney Parks Experiences and Products revenue increased 7% to $6.6 billion in the latest quarter. Increased spending on food and merchandise, higher hotel occupancy, and a hike in ticket prices helped theme parks boost their revenue. They boosted the revenue while attendance still dropped. Now, in my video, when I talked about what the cast member told me, she said that they priced themselves out. And they did, but people are still spending the money to come, and that's never not going to happen. It's never going to ultimately cost Disney everything. People are still going to justify these vacations. $6.6 billion in a quarter is insane. Theme parks is, I think, like the place where Disney makes the most of its money. Food is gone up in price from when I was there last time. Merchandise was absolutely astronomical, through the roof. My girlfriend asked me to get something for our daughter who's 20 months, and I went looking around for something that she might like, and I just wasn't going to spend the money on it. It's too damn much. Now, it says here, concerns about crowding at Galaxy's Edge cause visitors to stay away from Disneyland. Disney CEO Bob Iger said, maybe the reservation system that they put into place might have been the reason. The reservation system that kept you to the park for 4 hours was potentially a thing that maybe pushed enough people out. They were afraid that once that lit up, it was just going to be massively slammed, and they didn't go. That could be a reason. But I do think a lot of it had to do with the overpricing. Saying there was a tremendous concern in the marketplace that there was going to be huge crowding when we opened Galaxy's Edge, said Iger. Some people stayed away just because they expected that it would not be a great guest experience. An increase in local hotel prices and a hike at Disneyland ticket prices also contributed to the lower attendance, Iger claimed. Oh, good. Well, at least he acknowledges that by raising the price of everything that they did, in order to cover, by the way, the billion-dollar cost for Galaxy's Edge, had definitely impacted it. You can price yourself out. The economy is not doing as well as people have made it out to be. He says here, opening Galaxy's Edge with only one of two planned rides also impacted Disneyland attendance. Smuggler's Run was fun, but it's 4 minutes. Rise of the Resistance should have already been out. It says here that Rise of the Resistance will open at Hollywood Studios in Florida on December 5th. And then it will open in Disneyland on January 17th. So they're opening Disney's Hollywood Studios ride before the release of The Rise of Skywalker. And apparently this ride somehow ties into that. And then they're going to be opening it in Disneyland a month and a half later. Never mind the fact that the park is already open at Disney and not open yet in Walt Disney World. That to me is just so weird that they're doing that. He says here that interest in the attractions and the land is extremely high. We have no concerns whatsoever about them. We feel great about the product we created. It's going to take some time for things to work themselves out in terms of how the marketplace is reacting. Disneyland raised prices in January with higher prices during peak times and lower prices on less crowded days. He says here, we do not feel that we have a pricing issue at our domestic parks. Dude, $150 for one ticket to go to one park for one day. $150. Like that, legitimately, I had budgeted myself to go on this trip. I had looked it up originally and it said $100. That extra 50 cut into whatever merchandise I would have bought, whatever potential merchandise I would have brought home, I didn't do. So yeah, you want to sit there and say, oh, well, I don't feel that pricing issue was a factor involved in any of this. No, I'm pretty sure it was. Because if attendance dropped 3%, that's maybe not super amazingly significant, but it's definitely something. And the fact that it went down the way that it did during like what's going to be their busiest time of the year, and you only have one ride open, and the rest of the events there are literally just shops to go and spend money on. You know, buying like a Jabba plushie was like $28. You know, and it's just insanely overpriced. And they know that they've done that like that. They know that, but they want to sit there and argue that they didn't. They want to argue that it's perfectly fine. Oh, well, no, we didn't price ourselves out. You priced yourselves out. Knott's Berry, $53. Universal, $200 for the whole year. That includes Harry Potter. You priced yourself out. Maybe Disney at this point is trying to market themselves as being a lifestyle choice, as being like a lifestyle brand. Like, oh, do you want to take part in the Disney life? Then come on down to Disneyland. Look, this is supposed to be for everybody. Prices are meant to be manageable, right? Yeah, you know, more expensive, but manageable nonetheless. And here we have a situation where it's so damn overpriced. Even going to Pizza Planet, it was like $8.75 for a slice of pizza. Like just one slice of pizza that a couple years ago was like $6. You know, everything's gone up in price, and they wonder why people just aren't going. Oh, the hotels are doing well. That's fine. People are going to plan their vacations a couple years out, but trust me, word of this is going to spread. And when annual pass holders can't come in, that gets rid of a lot of the money you'd be making on merchandise and food. So I don't really believe Iger. He's going to spin it as much as he can. Galaxy's Edge, and I don't want to call it a failure because it's not a failure. It's definitely an evolving process. But everything they're doing wrong with Galaxy's Edge, I expect them to fix by the time they open the Marvel Land, whatever the hell that's going to be called, probably Stark Industries. Sometime in the next couple years. You know, theme parks are a lot of fun, but when they are so expensive that you question whether or not you even want to go for the experience because of how much money it is, and you look around and you see how much fun people are actually having, you kind of stop. And when more and more people do that, because more and more people are, one of the reasons why movies aren't doing as well right now is because people are just waiting for Netflix. They're not waiting. The certain tentpole films are doing well because of the experience. But when that experience starts to dwindle, it starts to move away, that's going to be where things are. And unfortunately, I don't think Bob Iger is going to realize that. But then again, the dude's got 2 years left on his contract. And by the time he's done, it's not going to matter to him one damn bit. And it will be somebody else's fault. But that being said, your thoughts, your opinions, let me know down in the comments below. I really appreciate you guys watching. If you want to help support the channel, you could comment, like. Let's try to get to 200 likes, or check out my Wheelman channel over here. This is a vlog series where I like to walk around and kind of comment on what I see at stores. Recently checked out Walmart. I went to Funko HQ. I've got a bunch of these coming for Galaxy's Edge, as well as Comic-Con here, and the what was it, the Orville experience in San Diego. So I got to go to that. So you guys can check that out. Links for that in the video description. And I'll talk to you guys later. Have yourself a fantastic day, and peace out.